Hello everybody, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Today's lesson is relate percent to fractions, pages 256 and 257. On our lesson today, we will learn if I have a percent, how can I convert it to a fraction? And if I have a fraction form, how can I convert it to a percent? And actually, most of these informations we learned on the lesson before. So quickly let me remember with you what is the meaning of the percent. We said percent, it means that I have a number that I'm comparing it to 100. So always for any percent, your denominator is 100. And to write the percent, you can replace the 100 with the symbol of the percent. Let's see. First, how can I convert? If I have a fraction, how can I make it as a percent? Before we start, let me tell you something. Here, some of them can be done mentally, more fast without a lot of calculations. Some cannot be, you have to use the cross multiplication. So I will show you two ways. The first one here is 7 over 20. This one I want to make it as a percent. What means a percent? It means a ratio which is out of 100. So I have to get the ratio which is equivalent to 7 over 20, but to be a number over 100. So 7 over 20 equals what over 100? This is the question I want you to ask yourself. Then how you will get the number which is up. So the question that you have to ask yourself when you have a fraction is what I have 7 over 20 and I want it percent. What mean I want it percent? It means I want what equal to at over 100. Okay, so as we took before, these two they are equivalent ratios. They are proportions. So directly what will come in your mind? The cross multiplication, and you can get the missing number. So it will be as a percent. Or we have another way. Here, to make it over 100, how I did the 20 over 100? It means I multiplied by what? Do you remember before when I told you the 100, it has 5 20s, 4 25s, 2 50s. Yes, so if I want to make the denominator, which is 20, I want to make it out of 100, so it means I should multiply by 5. So do the same up, they are equivalent ratios, equivalent fractions, yes? So if I multiply down by a number, I should multiply up by the same number. So directly when you have the denominator down 20, how to turn this one to a percent? Multiply your numerator by 5, so it will be 35%. Here are the steps. So we have 7 over 20 equal 35 over 100. What means 35 over 100? It means 35%. What is the other way? So the first way, if you have down 20, you have down a number, can be done as 100. You can see you multiplied by what to make it 100, do the same up. Once your denominator is 100, it means you can write it as a percent. What is the second way? Let me erase this way. What is the second way here? Cross multiplication. How to get the missing here? Multiply these two numbers together, then the answer divided by the third one. So you will multiply 7 by 100 will give you 700. Then the 700 you will divide it by 20. Cross 0 with 0. Then you will divide 70 by 2. It will give you also the 35. So here are the two ways. Okay, let's do another one. Here, this one. Also, I can make it by the way which is fast because what I have down 50. How can I make the 50 100? I can multiply by 2, so directly up multiply by 2 will give you 26. Till now I did not write it as a percent, it's still in the fraction form. 26 over 100. To make it for me percent, you should put your numerator 26 beside it the percentage form. So 26%. What is the other way? The cross multiplication. 13 multiply 100, then divide by 50, you will get the number which is here, which is the percent. Okay, but sometimes the number here, I cannot make it easily as 100. So on this case, Just the cross multiplication way can work. And we will see while we're doing the rest of the practice. Now the second part of our lesson. We took, if I have a fraction, how can I make it percent? Now, if I have the percent, how can I convert it to the fraction? So 20%. To convert to the fraction, it's easier than the opposite. Why? 20% as a fraction is 20 over 100 here because it's a fraction. But we need to do what? Any fraction, you must put it on its simplest form. Do you remember how to make the simplest form? We said the simplest form, it means that I should divide the numerator and the denominator by their greatest common factor, by the same number. Okay, if you cannot find the greatest common factor, divide by any number, but it should be the same number up and down. Okay, then if your answer was not on the simplest form, divide again until you reach your simplest form or lowest term. So here we said 20% equal 20 over 100. Then we will simplify. So I will divide by 20 up and down. Divide by 20 up, you will get 1. Down, you will get 5. So my answer is 1 over 5. So the 20%, how to make it as a fraction? It's equal to 1/5. Again, another one. 32%. How can I make it in the fraction? The percent to be a fraction, I will remove the sign. Replace it with what? Replace it with 100 down. This number is my numerator. So 32 over 100. This is the fraction form. This is my first step. The second step, can I simplify my fraction? If yes, you should simplify. So here, can I simplify? Yes, can be simplified. How? I can divide by 4 up and down. If you divide by 4 up and down, you will get 8 over 25. This is the fraction form from your percent, which is 32%. Let's start to see the questions in your book. Write the percent shown by the model. Then write the percent as a fraction in the simplest form. Okay, the first part, write the percent shown. Already here my grid is 10 by 10, it means it's 100. So I have just to count how many colored and write my percent. So I have here colored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5% colored. This is the percent. How to make this one to a fraction? It means 5 over 100. I did it as a fraction. But is it in the simplest form? No, you can divide by 5. Divide by 5 up will give you 1. Divide by 5 down will give you 20. So here is the percent form. Here is the fraction form, 1 over 20. Let's see another one. Write each percent as a fraction in the simplest form. Again, the way, if you have a percent, like, for example, let's do number 4. 37 percentage. How can I write it as a fraction? 37 up, 100 down. Done. How can I simplify? To simplify, it means I should divide both of them by the same number. The 100 can be divided by what? By 2. But 37 can be by 2? No, it's odd number. Also, the 100 can be divided by what? By 4. 37, can I divide it by 4? No, we cannot. 100 can be divided by 5. Can I divide the 37 by 5? We cannot. Can be by 20. Up I can by 20? No. By 25? No. 37 can be by 50? No. So there is no common factor between them. So this is my simplest form. I will leave it as it is. Okay? Then let's do another one. Number 8. 18 percentage. How can I make it as a fraction? It means 18 over 100. How to simplify now? Divide by what? Try to think with me. What is the common between them? Yes, both of them can be divided by 2. Divide the 18 by 2 will give 9. Divide the 100 by 2, I will get 50. Can we divide more? No, I don't have more common factor between them. So here is my final answer. Let's see another type of question. Now, we have the fraction, but I want to make it the percent. If you have your denominator 100, so it's like a piece of cake for you, just write the percent directly. But if your denominator is not 100, so you have to get the equivalent ratio which is equal to it. Let's see. Number 15. The denominator is 100, so directly my percent is 41%. Here it is. And by the same way for any fraction with the denominator 100. It means your percent is your numerator. But let's see another cases. For example, 17. The denominator is 10 and I want to get first the fraction or the equivalent ratio but out of 100 so I can get my percent. How to make the 10 100? Multiply by 10, yes, so I'll do the same, multiply by 10, so it's 10 over 100, so 10%. Or by cross multiplication, 1 over 10 equals what? Over 100, and do cross multiplication any way you want. Let's choose another one here. 21, directly. If I have 25 down and I want to make it percent, it means I want to make the 25 out of what? Out of 100. So directly multiply up by 4, so 32, so 32%. Do every time I have to write this form? No. Directly when you have 25 down, multiply your numerator by 4 to get your percent. If you have 10 down, multiply your numerator by what? By 10. Yes, so 90%. And so on. Let me do with you more. Number 24. I want to make it percent directly without writing the other fraction form. 20. How to make it 100? Multiply by 5. So up multiply by 5, it's 35%. Okay, girls? Number 20. Here it is. 5 down. How to make it 100? Multiply by 20. So multiply by 20 up will give you 80%. Okay, I think it's easy. If the number down can be done as 100 easily, so the percent will not take time from you. If your number cannot be as 100, so use the cross multiplication. Let's see the problem solving. A recent survey shows that 22% of students prefer red apples, 23% prefer green apples, and the remainder of students are undecided. What fraction in simplest form represents the undecided group? Okay, 22% of the students prefer red, 23 prefer green. Here is the information that we have. 23 prefer green. The rest, they are undecided. And I want to know the percentage of the undecided. Okay. The whole here or the total amount of what? The 22 out of what? The 23 also, it's out of what? Once it's a percent, so your total is 100. So 22, it's out of 100. 23 also from the same total, which is 100. And I want the remaining of the 100. So how to get it? Add the 22 plus 23 will give me what? 45. So 45%, they like what? The red and the green. This means that they are decided. And I want the undecided part, which is the rest. The rest of what? The rest of the 100. So 100% minus the 45. If you did the subtraction, you will get 55% remaining. So the undecided part, it's 55. But they want this one as a fraction in the simplest form. So after I got that, they are 55%. How to make the 55% as a fraction? It means it's 55 over 100. This is the fraction, but they said in simplest form. So I should divide by 5 up and down. By 5 up, it's 11. By 5 down, it's 20. So 11 over 20 undecided. Let's make question number 29. Cassidy sells apples at the farmer's market. She sells 14 over 20 of the apples she brings. She tells her friend she sold 56% of the apples. Is she correct? And explain. This means what? When she sell 14 from the 20, what would the percentage? She said that the percentage is 56% and I want to tell is she correct or no. It means I have to get the percent by myself, then compare it with the percent that she said to tell is it correct or no. So 14 over 20 as a percent, it means what? 14 over 20. To get the percent of it means I want to get it over 100. Yes, the 20 to be 100 should multiply by 5. So up multiply by 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 2 will give me 7. So 70 over 100, it means 70%. So she sells 70% of the apples. So she's correct or no? She said that she sold 56% of the apple. Is she correct? No, not correct. How can we explain? By showing how we got the percentage as it's 70%, not 56%. Thank you for listening. Wish you good luck all.